Usually during weekdays, I go to university. So I wake up at 7 a.m. And it's okay for me. I wake up and everything's fine. But when it comes to holidays or like weekends, Saturdays or Sundays, I find it so hard to wake up in the morning. I put on a lot of alarms, but it just goes on during the morning,
Mm.
and I don't wake up. For me, it's frustrating because I wish I could wake up earlier, or not wake up earlier, just wake up in the morning and do
Yeah.
stuff in the morning so I could enjoy myself on the afternoon.
Welcome to the Engineer Podcast. That's engineer with a Jen, because I'm your podcast host, Jen. This is your space to integrate your soul with your STEM career. The purpose of this platform is to teach stressed STEMs how to have self-care, explain all the ways that STEM is spiritual, interview those who've switched from STEM to a more soul-centered career field, and to document my decision in becoming a soul-purpose life coach. Now follow me out of the fog and into your future. Let's listen in. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Engineer Podcast. This episode is the first episode in our life coaching documentation series. As you know from the intro, we have 5 main series, and this is one of them. So I am literally 1 week from graduating with my certification in soul purpose life coaching, and in order to graduate, I had to post a coaching session with someone in my ideal demographic of clientele. So this episode is me coaching Lucia, who is a second-year medicine major student based in Spain. I absolutely love the power of the internet, the power of social media, and the fact that I literally get to impact people in completely different countries, on completely different areas of the world, just through technology. So my heart is so full with gratitude in the fact that I was able to impact Lucia and have an incredible session with her. And this is honestly just the beginning. I really can't wait to start utilizing the certification to the fullest and really offering my gifts in what I feel are my zone of genius. And if you don't know what that is, I'll have an upcoming episode about the zone of genius. But just to give you some background, Lucia's original goal in meeting with me was to find relief in a frustrating situation with her work-life balance. Specifically during weekends, she was finding that she didn't have the same level of discipline in starting her day and waking up on time as she does during the week when she has external responsibilities from school. And she wasn't understanding why she would feel like she couldn't wake up on the weekends or on holidays, but of course, if there was some kind of class or external responsibility that she had to meet, waking up on time was not a problem. And her only goal was to just know that she could break out of this routine, and within 30 minutes together, she achieved that. So I'm going to read to you her feedback to me. And when I asked, what's the biggest insight from your session with Jen today? How did your session together help you? Her response was, I felt really comfortable during the session, and it's the way Jen simplified things for me to be able to understand and see problems from a different perspective that made our session great. She helped me figure out a problem. She not only helped me figure out a problem, but she also taught me how to face any problem, which I found so helpful. And of course, as I'm new to this certification that I'm still earning, I also asked if there were any areas of improvement, and her answer was, and I quote, I'm sorry, I can't give you any constructive criticism. I just loved how the session turned out. Thank you so much. Again, I'm not trying to brag, but I really do feel like this is just my zone of genius, and this is obviously a problem that I've gone through myself, and I'm in the process of solving for you, so I want nothing more than to help you solve it. Now, How did Lucia sign up with me? She signed up with me because I have an email list, and you're going to want to jump on it because on that email list, I sent out a email campaign saying, "Hey, for my graduation requirements, I need to have a free session with someone. Whoever's the first to fill out this form, you got it, you're booked." And she was the first to fill it out. I also loved hearing that she told me she wasn't going to sign up, but that her sister was the one who was like, "Hey, this sounds like a great opportunity, and I know you need some help in this area of your life, so I am encouraging you to sign up for this," and that's why she signed up. So it really warms my heart to know that even if my ideal demographic isn't listening to my podcast, I know that whoever is probably has someone in their life that I could help. And it's literally happening across the world. It just blows my mind sometimes. But yes, so the main thing that we covered during this session was thought work. You may not realize, and I know in the spiritual community, they talk about how your thoughts create your reality and that everything that's ever happened to you was from yourself. I don't believe thoughts to that extent, but they definitely add the meaning that we project onto our reality, and the thoughts that we have dictate the behaviors and the actions that we choose, which literally creates the life that we live. So thought work is the number one root solution to actually achieving the level of balance that you want to experience. So, I am actually hosting a free workshop which is called Unblock Balance Beliefs because, again, your beliefs is what creates your reality. So, if in like Lucia's case, you're not experiencing the balance that you want to have, it's most likely coming from your beliefs and you're blocking balance from happening to you based on what you believe to be true and acting from that belief. So, I'm going to be dismantling the main and most common beliefs that I see STEM students living in, that I will reframe for them and hopefully help you change your actions, change your behaviors, and have that work-life balance, which is a phrase that we're going to change. I hate that phrase. But if you attend the workshop, you'll see what we change it to. And I really want to invite you to that. It is happening this Wednesday, May 18th at 7 p.m. PST. I am in California, so I really want to emphasize PST. You are definitely invited to that. Bring a friend. And again, this is what I feel is my life's mission, my life's work, at least at this point in time. So I get really excited about this and to share it with you. So if you relate to this episode, if you see some similar thoughts that Lucia is going through that I have helped reframe for her, you're going to want to attend that. So go to the link in the show notes where you can not only join the free workshop, but you'll also be added to my email list when you do, and will be offered freebies similar to what Lucia, took advantage of in booking the session with me. So, upcoming in the future, I definitely have ways to work with me. I'm considering one-on-one coaching as well as bringing back my self-care semester program. That was my signature program before I paused it and started my entry-level engineering career. So you're going to want to stay tuned for that. And of course, I really hope that you enjoy this reframe for this medicine major student. And if you relate to this, please drop your thoughts in the comments and I would love to talk to you. Oh, I definitely want to also remind you that our podcast is now on YouTube. So you could be looking at this intro right now, me staring into the camera and letting you know that, hey, Engineer Podcast is now on YouTube. You don't just have to listen to my voice, but you can now see my face, and obviously you see Lucia's too. So I also encourage you to go to YouTube, hit subscribe, hit the notification bell. I sound like such a YouTuber and it's fine. I'm trying to become one anyway. Again, thanks so much. I know this was a lengthier intro, almost 8 minutes, but totally worth it. Why don't we jump into the coaching session? All right. Hey, Lucia.
Hi.
So thank you so much for trusting me to be your coach today. I know.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, of course. And I know that I sent you a questionnaire so that I can get an understanding of where you're at. So just to reflect that back to you, you are in your first or second year of university? in
Yeah.
medicine? Your second year? Okay. And I'm going to have you go into more detail about this, but I know that what you said you wanted some coaching on today was finding more balance between studying and going out with your friends, and that your biggest issue was holidays and that you find it hard to wake up in the morning so that you're having to study in the evening when your friends are going out. Can
Yes.
can you give me an example of when that happened and how that felt for you?
Okay, so usually during weekdays I go to university that it's
Mhm.
like an hour from where I live. So I wake up at 7 a.m. I go to this place to lab, how do you say, labs and stuff.
Yeah, lots. Mhm.
And it's okay for me. I wake up and everything's fine. Then in the afternoon I study, and maybe later in the afternoon I go out with my friends. But when it comes to holidays or like weekends, Saturdays or Sundays, I find
Mhm.
it so hard to wake up in the morning. I put on a lot of alarms, but it just goes on during the morning,
Mm,
and I don't wake up, and then I have to study in the evening because I'm very strict with myself, and if I don't finish what I have to do that day, I won't go out. And then I go out with my friends if I have time, and if not, I will stay home. And it's, for me, it's frustrating because I wish I could wake up earlier, or not wake up earlier, just wake up in the morning and do
yeah,
stuff in the morning so I could enjoy myself on the afternoon.
yeah, I got you. So you're finding it really hard to wake up if you don't have like class or some kind of obligation that you need
Yes,
to go to. So you're
yes,
finding yourself doing what school needs from you, but then when you want to have a goal that's personal, you're finding it hard to see yourself follow through on that.
yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know if you've heard of a quiz called the Four Tendencies.
No,
I will show this to you. It was something that helped me um, feel more okay with this personality type. Let me find this for you. I'm going to share my screen.
okay,
Okay. My screen is this way, so that's why you might see me looking this way.
okay.
Can you see my screen?
Yes,
Okay, so there's this quiz by Gretchen Rubin where she talks about people meeting expectations. And there's four types of people when it comes to their expectations. And you and I both fall under this category, which is called an obliger. So an obliger, they accept outside expectations, but they resist expectations when they put it on themselves. For whatever
yes,
reason, it's so much easier to show up for other people, or it's easier to show up when we have a responsibility. And then we try to translate that version of ourselves for personal reasons. And it's a lot harder for us to actually follow through on what we want if it's not coming from an outside place. So I completely resonate with the issue that you're talking about. And I had the exact same situation when I was in university. Like if I had a class at 6 in the morning, I was there. But if I wanted to go work out on the weekend at 6 in the morning, I was like, I couldn't do it. And I would get so frustrated with myself that, and I would judge myself for that. So would you say that that's what you're doing? Like, what are you making
yeah.
this mean about yourself?
What? Can you repeat that?
What are you making this mean about yourself? If you don't wake up in the morning and you have to study in the afternoon, what are the opinions you have about that part of yourself?
It's not only my opinion, but the consequences that go with it.
Mm-hmm.
Because my family, obviously, I live with my family
Mm-hmm.
because I'm home. and they don't like my lifestyle, and they say that I have so much potential and that I'm wasting it, that I'm wasting my 20s, that kind of comments that really hurt me, but they wouldn't hurt me if I didn't believe them. Because in the end, it's me who thinks that what I'm doing isn't the right thing to do, or maybe not the right thing to do, but the best thing to do during these years.
Yeah, exactly. And you're on to yourself. You already have very great self-awareness that you're understanding that these thoughts of you're wasting your 20s, you're being lazy, or like these judgments that are coming from your family that you've also internalized, you're aware that it's because you believe them in
Yeah.
a way, right? So you're actually on to something that I'd love to talk about. So I'm going to share my screen again. Let me pull up this document. Okay. So I'm not sure how familiar you are with like mindset work. Have you heard of something called the model before?
No.
Okay, so I'd love to teach this to you. So the very first thing is the model starts off with a circumstance. So circumstance. Now a circumstance is neutral and it's just facts. These are not opinions, these are not judgments, these are not thoughts, it's just the facts. So the facts are you have an alarm and you're not waking up. That's just a fact.
Yeah.
Does it mean anything?
Yeah.
Right? So facts, not waking up early. Okay. So then when we're in a situation, when we're in a circumstance, it then triggers a thought or an opinion about that situation. So
Yeah.
just from what I've heard you say, the thoughts that are going on when this happens is I'm wasting my time, right? Can you share a little more about, I know you said them, but what are some other thoughts when this happens?
Wasting also my potential.
Mm.
Also, like that's that's the same, but my grades are going down.
Mm.
And motivation maybe because I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do. So then,
That's a big one. I am not doing what I am supposed to do. Okay, now, because our brain is connected to our body through our nervous system, when our brain is thinking these thoughts, it causes a reaction in our body, which is a feeling or an emotion. So when you're thinking, I'm wasting my time, I'm wasting my own potential, I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do, this is a problem, what feelings come up for you?
I don't know. It's frustrating.
Yes. Frustration.
It's also like sad, but I'm also angry.
Okay.
But it's not angry like angry, but I'm angry with myself and I feel disappointed. That's the word.
Ooh, okay. So I'm going to change angry to disappointed.
Yeah. But also sad.
Yeah. Sad.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Now, I want to show you something huge here. So when you feel frustrated, when you feel disappointed, when you feel sad, what behaviors or what actions do you take when you feel that way?
I'm working on that. I don't know. There's days that I stay in bed the whole day
Yeah.
and wish for a better tomorrow. There's days I suddenly wake up and have a coffee, a great shower, and I feel better.
Mhm.
It depends on the day, I think.
Okay. Why don't we go to the last time that this happened?
Oh, it happens every time. I've been in Easter these past few weeks and it's been daily.
Daily. Okay. So when you wake up and you realize that you missed your alarm and you're feeling frustrated, you just stay in bed all day. You give up. Would that be a fair statement?
What?
Would it be fair to say that you give up? Or what else would you
Yeah.
say? Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
you give up. So you stay in bed, you give up. Is there anything else?
Um, but that's like a kind of day, and then there's other days that I'm able to like get my things together and
Hmm.
do stuff.
Well, we'll cover that one in a second. So let's go with this version. So sometimes
Okay.
you stay in bed and you give up. Now,
Yeah.
what do you not do? So when you're frustrated and disappointed and sad, we know that you end up staying in bed. Now, what actions are you not taking?
So maybe like when I do actually wake up, uh, get up and do things instead of losing the whole day, just losing the morning,
Mhm.
maybe.
Yeah. Okay, so I want to show you when you tell yourself that you're wasting your time, and you feel frustrated by that, and then you give up and you stay in bed. What result does that give you? What outcome does that give you?
Oh, it gets worse
Mm,
because I don't get anything done, and also um, I'm like thinking about you're not doing nothing, but then I'm unable to do something because if I didn't do the things I wanted to do in the first thing you do, you wake up. It's 2 how to say it? PM, no? Yeah, it's 2
yeah.
p.m. Like you wasted your whole morning and I feel so bad about it. I'm not able to like, okay, it's 2 p.m., you have lunch and then you study and then you go out.
In your
I'm
day.
not able to do that. So I stay in bed and I'm just like feel sorry for myself.
Yeah, yeah. So I want to show you that when you think these thoughts, as soon as you wake up, you actually create the result that you were thinking.
Yeah.
So when you're thinking that you're wasting your time and that you're wasting your potential, you actually give yourself the result of wasting your time by staying in bed.
Yeah.
So I want to show you how powerful your thoughts are in the lifestyle that you live. Like, um, notice that because you give yourself more evidence that you're wasting your time, this thought gets even stronger and stronger and stronger. Right? And it's so easy to think this because you have so much evidence to prove it true. And that's why you believe it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. But notice that this circumstance means nothing. If you were to wake up missing your alarm and you didn't think it meant anything about yourself, this whole cycle would be different. It
Yeah.
starts from your thought. So, what I think would really help in this situation is getting you to the place where you don't have to change. You still wake up late, but it's okay. And it doesn't mean anything about you. It doesn't mean that you're wasting your time. It doesn't mean that you're not doing what you're supposed to. All it means is that you woke up after your alarm.
Yeah, but in the long term, it actually does.
I understand.
Because
Oh, go ahead.
because I have to study a lot in medicine. Like people in my class study a lot of hours. Maybe I don't need that much time, but I do need time. And if I'm not studying in the mornings, I'm no, I have to do it. It's impossible for me.
Yeah.
So if this goes on,
Mm-hmm.
my grades are going down. That's why I'm in first and second, because I have some classes from last year.
Mm-hmm. But do you see that the result of you constantly wasting your time is coming from your thinking?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
if
I see
you
that.
change your thinking, then we can give you a new result. And then this cycle will actually break. Like, do you, like, I know that we may think that telling ourselves, you're wasting your time, you think you're going to create a sense of urgency, you think that's going to change you. Jen, you don't want to waste your time. You don't want to waste your potential. And you think that telling yourself that is going to change the result. But if you notice, telling yourself that is actually why you're getting this result. Do you see?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
it makes it.
Yeah. So, and I understand that your family as well is trying to tell you what they think is best. They think if they remind you,
Yeah,
right? They think if they remind you, hey, don't waste your time. Hey, don't be lazy, that you're going to be different. But that's actually why you feel so heavy. And that's why you can't get out of bed. And that is actually hurting you rather than helping you.
yeah,
Yeah. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at this circumstance and we're going to, so this thought, you're not trying to think it. You're not purposely trying to think this thought. It's automatically happening. And the reason it's automatically happening and it's natural is probably because the people around you are saying it. And you also do have many pieces of evidence from many holidays and many weekends where this is the result that you got over and over again. So this thought gets even stronger with more pieces of evidence. But the really cool thing is that you have the power to think any thought that you want. Every thought is optional. So what I want to find with you is a thought that'll bring you a new result. But you know how earlier you said the reason why this is happening is because you believe this thought is true. So we're going to choose to think something that is true. Think something that you already believe. And I don't know if you've heard of like affirmations.
yeah. I
Yeah.
heard about it.
So I know a lot of people can tell you, oh, let's just jump to an affirmation like, oh, I wake up early all the time and I use my time perfectly every day. That's an affirmation, right? But right now your brain doesn't believe that. Your brain doesn't think that that's true. It has all this evidence to tell you, no, you don't. You don't do that. I have so much
Yeah,
evidence to prove you wrong. So instead of just jumping to what you where you want to be, which is where you own your time and you use it wisely and you feel good every morning and you wake up because you want to, we're going to choose an in-between thought. So I like to call those like a bridge belief. And
okay.
we're going to do this kind of backwards. So instead of feeling frustrated, instead of feeling disappointed, instead of feeling sad, how do you want to feel instead?
I don't know. Is there like any possible feeling that it's like good when you're like doing something wrong?
Well, the place I'm trying to get
Like,
to
yeah, I
is
can think like I have slept more time, so I'm fresher and I can study better.
okay. So I'm gonna pull something up. Wheel up. So um, let's think of a feeling that you want to feel instead of sad or frustrated. It could also even just be neutral. Maybe you don't want to feel anything
Yeah.
when this happens. Like instead of going into a difficult emotion like sadness, maybe you just want that to happen and it just means nothing. So maybe neutral is where we
Yeah.
can, or maybe even like, let's see. So we can put neutral. Oops, I spelled that wrong. We could also maybe, how else would you want to feel over the weekend?
I think neutral is okay, but maybe like I don't know. It's I would like to say happy, but I know it's like the opposite, so I don't know.
Maybe peace?
Yeah.
Yeah, just not stressed. Just relaxed, peace.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
Now, what thought would help you to feel that peace?
So maybe what I said earlier about, well, maybe you woke up later, but you slept more hours, so you will be really fresh and you can study like an hour or two before going out.
You are well rested. Does that feel true?
Yeah.
Okay. You are well rested and refreshed to. Is that the thought?
I don't know. I've never had it.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But yeah, like kind of instead of thinking, whoa, I slept in, thinking, well, you slept in, but it's okay.
Yeah. You slept in and are well rested. Let's go with that. And that feels true.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're in the circumstance where you're not waking up early and your thought is, wow, you slept a really long time. You must be well rested. Now, when you think that and you tell yourself that, does that feeling is that a peaceful feeling?
Yeah.
Okay. Now I want you to imagine when you feel peace in your body and you feel good and you feel well rested, what actions would you take?
I would first thing in the morning, coffee,
Yeah. Get up.
Get up, shower, like get ready, choose a choose an outfit for later, and maybe go to the library instead of studying home.
Oh, get out of the house and go to the library. All right.
Yeah.
Now, when you feel peaceful, that gives you the energy to wake up, to take ownership of your day, to maybe go out of the house in a nice outfit. What result would you get if that's how you showed up on the weekend?
Great.
Yeah.
It would be so nice because I could like, have like a loud morning while also studying. Because I mean, if I don't wake up at 9 a.m., maybe I can wake up at 12 a.m. That it's late, but here in Spain, it's not that late.
Okay.
And so I can go to the library for 3 or 4 hours before having lunch at 3 or 4. So it's fine. I can get something done. And then I'm already like makeup, outfits, so I can go out after lunch. And
Yeah. So notice that the result you get is you actually enjoy and own your weekend.
yeah.
Now, here's a really, really cool thing. So when you constantly have weekends where you feel peaceful and you go to the library, you study, and you go and hang out after, the thought of, I use my time wisely, how do you spell wisely, will get stronger and stronger because you're giving it evidence of that being true. And you can start to believe this thought much, much more strongly. So notice that by changing your thought, we changed your entire result, and we also started strengthening a new belief about yourself. Does that make sense? Yeah. So I know that you thought the problem was that you weren't waking up on time, but that's actually not a problem at all. Do you see?
Yes, I can see that.
Yeah.
I was like in saying, like, thinking the destiny of my day just when I woke up.
Exactly. Yeah. But I also want you not to judge the part of you that thinks this, because
Yeah, I know.
it makes sense that she thinks this.
Yeah.
In her environment, with her family, with the moments where this has happened and this is the result you got, this thinking, it makes sense. There's nothing wrong.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. So if
Yeah,
it does happen where there's a weekend and this thought comes through, can you let it be okay? But then also, but then also remember a thought that'll actually help you even more.
Yeah, because I think that it's gonna happen again. Like, I don't want to be like negative, but I think it can happen because medicine is very long and there's a lot of weekends. But yeah, I'm actually trying to like get my peace with that because I didn't know how to solve it. But I was like, okay, so you stay in bed, you rest. Tomorrow will be another day because I just struggle with this for more than one day, and now it's only one day, so I'm getting there.
Yes, exactly. And that you should be able to drop into and accept that part of yourself. And it's funny because when you accept that part of yourself, that's actually how it goes away.
Yeah.
Like, because you know how earlier when we were trying to change your thought, you were like, but it's true, I'm wasting my time. Like, it is true. Okay, even if it's true, we don't have to think that thought in the morning. We can think a thought that is also true instead, because it actually helps us have a different result that we want.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. And you could also, if your family is telling you this thought, you can also show this to them and you can explain to them, hey, I know that you're trying to get me to be different and you think that this thought will help me change, but let me show you that it actually doesn't.
Yeah, I think kind of obvious that it doesn't, but maybe I'll have to talk to them about it.
Yeah, and that's up to you. You don't have to, but I just wanted to offer that in case it would be helpful for you to communicate to them what actually like benefits you and actually gives them the result that they want.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll stop sharing. And I just want to ask you, I know our goal from your survey was to feel relief and to know that there is a way out of this routine.
Yeah.
Was this helpful for that goal?
Yeah. It was my sister who insisted that I did that. So I'm very grateful that I did because I was kind of hesitant in the beginning, but yeah, it was really helpful. Thanks.
Great.
Thank you so much.
Does that feel complete, or is there anything more that you want to talk about?
No, I think we like got to every topic I wrote down. So I think that's good.
Okay, great. Well, I think one other thing that I would like to do just to close out and seal this lesson, not just in your mind, but also in your body, is just to end with like a meditation and breathing. Would you feel comfortable with that?
Yeah, but I've never done that before.
Okay,
So,
that's perfect. I'll guide you through it.
okay.
All right, so I'm just gonna have you close your eyes. I'm gonna have you take a deep breath in, hold it at the top, let it out. I want you to feel the support of the chair underneath you and just keep breathing normally. And I want you to imagine it's the weekend, you've slept in, and you think, wow, I'm well rested. I slept a lot. And you start to feel this peace in your body, knowing that you're rested and you've taken care of yourself. Where do you feel that peace? Is it in your heart space? Is it in your stomach?
Um, can I open my? No. I think it's more like in my head. My thoughts are silent.
In your head?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So that peace is starting to feel, you're starting to feel that peace in your head. Does it have any color or vibration?
I think it's white.
White?
Yeah. I don't
Perfect.
know why.
Yeah, that's perfect. We're just trying to get your body familiar with what peace feels like.
Okay.
So there's this white energy taking up space in your head. Does it have a vibration? Is it fast? Is it slow?
It's like not fast, but not slow either. It's like good speed.
Okay, it's like a steady form of energy. And I want us to just sit with that. I want you to picture that white energy in your head space, just steadily there. You get to feel this peace at any moment based on how you think. You're in control of this and you can create this peace every day. And right now we're creating it so that we can know what it looks like, what it feels like, and become familiar with it so that it just becomes natural and normal for you to be at peace. So I'm going to take a deep breath in while you picture that peace. Hold it at the top and let it out. You can blink open your eyes whenever you're ready. And there it is.
Yeah.
Well, I'm so
Sounds good.
grateful. Thank you so much for being open with
Thank
me.
you for having me.
Of course, this is exactly the work that I want to be doing. You're exactly the person that I want to help. And I'm so grateful
I
that you
think
took
you're
the chance.
okay. Thank you.
So,
I also like since my sister told me, I was like hearing your podcast and you have like an other interviews, right? With
mhm.
like people. You say some interesting things like great conclusions. I loved it.
Oh, great. Yes, I love hearing that feedback. And just so you know, like the emails that I send out, you can respond to them. So if there's like,
Oh, I thought it was like automatic.
no, this is me.
Oh,
I am there. I'm talking to all of you. I'll
oh,
put it at the bottom of the email, like you can reply to this. Because I love
okay.
hearing people's thoughts about the episodes because it's really meant to help you. I'm aiming to talk to an audience
Yeah,
that it helps. So I'd love to know what's resonating, what feels good, so I can do more of it.
yeah, okay. I'll do it because it's so professional. Like the email, you got like the photo, and so I thought it was like automatic.
Okay, I'll make sure to let people know like it's really me. Perfect. I'm so grateful that you showed up today and that you were open and honest with me. And I hope that you can take this lesson with you forward as you continue
Me
your studies.
too. Me too. Thank you so much. I hope you have, if you use this, that it's like helpful for you too.
Yeah, I received that. Okay, well, I'll let you enjoy your day.
Thank you. Have a nice day too. I don't know the time, but
Oh,
have a nice
yeah.
day.
It's the morning for me. What time is it for you?
It's 8.
Yeah.
8. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay. I love this. It's international.
Yeah.
Well, enjoy your
So I'm having dinner now.
evening. Perfect. Go there with some peace.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Have a nice day.
Enjoy.
Bye.
Bye. And so it is. Thank you for tuning in to the Engineer Podcast with Jen Reynoso. I hope you're leaving here feeling a lot more aligned to take inspired action. Now be sure that you stay connected and never miss the exact episode that was meant for you by subscribing to the podcast wherever you listen to it, as well as subscribing to the Engineer email list. Go to www.engineerpodcast.com. That's engineer with a Jen, and you know exactly why. I hope to hear from you soon, STEMmy. Bye for now.